Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. Well, it's time for Q&A Sunday, and today is also where I will announce the winners of the giveaway. Alright, of the giveaway contest. So there's 6 people who commented on the video that I put up 2 Sundays ago, where I will be giving away 16,500 seed non-GMO seed vaults. Okay, so we're going to do that right after we do our shout out for our new subscribers. So to the new subscribers, before I start, thank you everyone so much for joining our community. Okay, I can see here at least one that has their own channel that looks like it's active. I haven't checked this channel out yet, so it belongs to Rogue Preparedness. So if you guys take a look as I'm shouting out new subscribers on this side here, the right hand side, if you see someone with a good amount of subscribers in their own channel, go check them out and see if you like their content and if you do subscribe. All right, because it's not a competition, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I've always said and thought that YouTube prepper channels is not a competition. All right, the more the merrier. The more that there are, the more channels out there that there are waking people up and getting people to get excited about prepping and start prepping, all right, the better it is for everyone, all right? So I definitely will be going to check this channel out, all right, and I recommend that you all do as well. But having said that, let's go ahead and do some shout outs. I'm really excited because we got a good amount of subscribers this week, and I like to shout you guys out. If I don't shout you out and you're a new subscriber, it's because I can't see you. More than likely your privacy setting is on and it does not allow me to see your thumbnail, okay, or that you're subscribed to this channel. All right, but for those of you that I'm not shouting out, that are new subscribers, thank you for joining our community. And by all means, please share your experience with the community. Please ask all the questions that you have. If you're new to prepping, we are here for each other. Okay, so don't be afraid to ask any question. I read a comment last week that someone said that no question is a stupid question. All right, and that is very true. There is no such thing as a stupid question, right? Because if you have a question that seems that is a simple question to answer, all right, it doesn't mean it's stupid. It just means that you don't know the answer. That's all there's to it. Don't be afraid to ask anything. That's the last thing that I want. Please interact with each other. All right. This is more of a community of like-minded people who want to do good for each other. Okay. So having said that, let's start it off with Lenware Jr., Natalie Square Foot Gardener, CM Watts, Brian Burden Sr., Olex Z. Sorry about that. Donald Duncan, and again Rogue Preparedness. Patricia Mitchell, Amy Amboy, Ken Huddleston, M. So, Kentucky Survival. And Kentucky's already been interacting with us in the comments. Murat K. If I don't pronounce your last name, it's because I don't want to mess it up. Ted Bent, Kyle Chestnut, William Alvarado, Barry S., Dragonfly Neb, Lee Ferris, Victor Studnek, Eugene Bugman, Mark Fillery, Joe Cool 100, White Tigress, Samael, Buckeye Girl 1, Logan Aiden, 12 Bravo Panama. Hey, 12 Bravo, let us know if you're a veteran. Reason I ask is because 12 Bravo is an MOS in the Army and it's for an engineer. Ian Gent, Nomad 1776, N2 Flexen, KJ, Mary Bruner, Derek Card, and last but not least, Mike 67321. All right, hey, welcome to all of the new subscribers. Thank you very much for joining our community. And like I said before, please feel free to interact with the community members. You are now one of our community members, and we are here for each other. Okay, so do not be afraid to ask questions. Do not be afraid to interact with one another. Please don't be afraid to give recommendations, suggestions, and even criticisms, as long as you keep it classy. All right. So let's go on. I'm going to do something new today, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to go ahead and announce the winners of the contest. Okay, so I'm going to do that before I start off. And let's see if we can get it started. Let's see, load comments. So I found this little app over here that allows you to get the comments, the original comments loaded from the video in question. As you can see, the video in question here, the one that you had to go to enter the contest, is the one that says giving away 16,500 garden non-GMO seed vaults, and that was on Q&A Sunday 2 Sundays ago. Okay, so let me go ahead and give you guys a real quick drawdown of what the rules are, or how I'm going to handle this. Okay, because I know that I do have subscribers that do not live within the continental US. Okay, and it costs a lot of money to ship something outside the continental US when you're using Amazon. And what I will be doing is I will be using Amazon as the, I guess, quote unquote agent to ship you the product, the seed vault. Okay, so if you win and you live outside the continental US, if it costs too much money, and what I mean by that, if it's like, I would say that if it costs pretty close to or more than what the actual price is worth to ship to your location, what I will do is I will email you a Amazon or an Amazon e-card. All right, it's a gift card that I can actually email you a code to, and you can use at Amazon. Okay, so that's how we will do it. If you do live within the continental US, all you have to do is email me your information, which means that I will need your name, your address, and your phone number. Okay, so that I can have Amazon mail that to you. If you live outside the continental US, all you have to do is just email me, and then I will reply to your email with that e-card. Okay, so let's start it off. I see that there's two buttons down here. One of them says randomly pick a winner, and then the other one says pick the most liked recent comment. So we will see. I'm going to do 5 of these and 1 of these, okay, and see what happens. So here comes our first winner. Drum roll, please. No drum roll. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Our first winner is Eddie Bordeaux. Eddie is our first winner. Congratulations, Eddie. Let's go on to our second one. Kevin Shadburn. Congratulations, Kevin. Our third one. Eddie, you can't win twice now. Come on. If I hit you twice, you're not going to win twice, okay? We're going to go ahead and spread out the wealth. I can't win. Our fourth winner is Only in My Dreams. Congratulations, Only in My Dreams. You have won. So that's 3 winners so far. So we have, I'm going to have to actually go back to this video. But that is 3 winners. That's Eddie. That's Only in My Dreams. No, that's 4. Okay, this is our 5th. Wendy S. Wendy, you won. And let's go ahead and pick our most recent. Let's go ahead and pick our most liked comment. Dark Age Ramblings. Okay, Dark Age Ramblings. You are our 6th winner. Okay, and ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go back to this video to make sure that I actually picked 6 winners. Congratulations to all the winners. I'm going to pick one more random winner just in case one of the previous winners doesn't work out. All right, and just in case I only picked 5 instead of 6, because I am very senile. Okay, so this is our backup winner. If for some reason one of the other winners doesn't work out, we are going to have a backup winner, and this will be the winner. And for this backup winner, you don't have to send me your information. I will leave you a reply to your comment if it doesn't work out with one of the other ones, and you end up, picking up the spot that somebody else left off. Okay, so let's go, because that's happened in the past. All right, where a winner has been chosen and the price was declined or donated to a different person. All right, so let's do that. Okay, Eddie Bordeaux, you already won once. You can't be trying to win all the time, Eddie. Desi Cantor, you are our backup, okay? If for some reason I only did 5 instead of 6, you are a winner, but you are a backup, okay? So congratulations to everyone. Like I said, I'm gonna go back through this video and see exactly who won, and during our live chat, for those of you that are here right now, I'll let you know exactly who our winners are. I'll put it in the live chat, that way you can all see it as we're chatting live. Okay, so congratulations to all of you that won. Okay, thank you very much for entering the contest as well. I hope that you guys get a lot of value out of those seeds. All right, so let's go ahead and do some of our comments, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get out of there and let's see our first video that we're going to be reading some comments and questions from. Is the one, I believe it's the one that I did about the vanilla extract, and it is. And I called it making $70 worth of vanilla for $20. And the reason I called it that, ladies and gentlemen, is because at Costco's, a bottle that is about half the size of a fifth, probably a little bit smaller, costs $35 of pure vanilla extract. Okay, it costs $35 to buy one of those. So I was assuming that 2 of those would be about 1/5. So it's about $70 worth of vanilla that we're making for roughly $20, maybe $21, which I think is a good deal. And Audrey Stewart here says that you can strain and reuse the beans after you strain them. So yeah, I guess that's a good idea. What I think I'm going to do with that vanilla is, though, last time I strained the beans and threw them out, I think I'm just going to leave them in there this time. I'm just going to use it with the beans right in there. And then the next time that I go to make another batch, I'll refill it with vodka and put more beans in it as well. Let's see how that works out. And Tony Mitchell here asks how many beans to vodka ratio. And I used 5 beans to 1/5 of vodka. So 5 beans to about 750 milliliters of vodka is what I used. And the last time I made it that same way, it came out pretty good. So NMC here asked kind of the same question as Tony, but also added how big should the bottle be? Okay, so the bottle that I used is just a 750 milliliter bottle. Hoot Owl up top, Hoot Owl recommended just using the same bottle that the vodka came in, which you can do that as well. I see no problem with that. I kind of like using the bottle that I have because I've been using that same bottle for many years. I kind of like that bottle, so that's why I poured the vodka into that bottle instead. But if you get a bottle from the store, you can just put the vanilla beans in there, you know, after you cut them long ways. Let's see. Angie says that she uses bourbon to make the extract. And she also says that she takes vanilla beans and she puts it in sugar. And it makes like vanilla flavored sugar. That actually sounds really good. I never thought of that. But I never made it with bourbon, Angie. So I'm going to give that a try. That sounds really good. I might end up drinking it instead of using it as vanilla extract. Yeah, look at here. Wendy says that she bought 4 ounces of vanilla extract for $25. You could have made a whole bottle of that for about the same amount. So yeah, hey, that live and learn, right? Live and learn. So now we can try to do that instead and save a little bit of money. Ricky here says he hopes that the Vanilla Cartel doesn't put a hit on me. Man, I hope they don't, Ricky. But you know what? Let's stick it to the man while we can. And Sunny asks if we can reuse the vanilla beans to make another batch. Sunny, I haven't tried that in the past, but like I said, this time around I'm going to do that. Whenever that bottle runs out, I'm just going to add some more vanilla beans to the ones that are already in there and see how that works out. I think it'll work out fine. Being that those vanilla beans are inside of alcohol, I can't see how they would go bad, so I'm going to try that for sure. Unfortunately, it's going to take years for me to let you guys know how that works out because it'll literally take years before I go through all of that vanilla extract. And here's a great comment, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to tell you why. Shar says that she's had vanilla beans and vodka since October, and she plans on giving it away as a Christmas present. Now, why is that such a great idea? If you have someone that you know that maybe on the fence of prepping or not into prepping, it's a great conversation starter. You know, if you give that as a gift, you tell them, yeah, I made that myself, and if you do this, it'll last you a really long time. And then maybe next time you can make some cupcakes or a banana cake or whatever, and say, yeah, the flour that I used in those cupcakes, that flour is 7 years old. And the person's going to give you a look like, are you sure this is good to eat? And then you're going to be like, oh, don't worry about it. The way that I store flour lasts a really long time. And you know that once you say that, they're going to be interested in how you store flour to make it last that long. And there you go. It's all about planting seeds and getting people to want to ask you how you're doing this instead of you trying to shove it down their throat. And Shar says she thinks it's better to cut the beans down lengthways. Yeah, I think that way it works better as well. I mean, depending on how long you're going to let them sit in there before you actually use the vanilla, you may be able to just cut them in little pieces and put them in there, and it'll have the same effect. But the way that I showed you guys how to do it is how I do it. So, and it works out pretty well. Let's see. Moat Cottage also cuts them lengthways as well. Hey, if you guys haven't checked out Moat Cottage's channel, go check it out for you new subscribers. I'm subscribed to her channel, and she puts out good information. Okay, let's go to our next video, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hopefully this thing will load. Something I haven't told you is that this is my second go around. Halfway through my first video, recording this video, my internet went out on me, and I had to start over again. So, but it's all good. It's all good. Let's see. Which video is this? This is my demonetized video. Ladies and gentlemen, YouTube has got an AI working for it that is very fast. This video here was demonetized, I would say, before it was even done uploading, because as soon as it uploaded, it already gave me the demonetized symbol. So let's see. Okay. Oh yeah, this is where I was comparing the number of deaths that happen by doctors, comparing to the number of deaths that happen with pea shooters. And it says here, Salobrena says, your best chance of survival is stay away from doctors. And if you're seriously ill, go to the hospital. That's good advice. I can't say that I disagree with that at all. And a thank you, Pentucky. Pentucky here says, I really like how it seems like you're trying to educate people. Very honorable. Thank you. And it's all about sharing. It's all about sharing our experiences. It's all about helping each other out. Like I said in the past, for the new subscribers that are here today, I didn't start this channel to become rich. I started this channel because I think that the more people that are prepared, the better that it is for all of us. Okay? And I stand by that. All right? If your neighbors are prepared, you know that they're not going to come knocking on your door if some crisis were to occur. And Tony here makes a good point. As I always say, don't trust anyone who calls what they do a practice. She's referring to doctors. And Jamie T here says, the story about the mom that shot the intruder 6 times is a perfect example of why we need 30-round magazines. I agree. I don't think there should be any kind of cap on any kind of number of rounds that you can put in a magazine. All right. Okay. I'm not going to get too in depth on this subject because I really don't feel like getting demonetized again, ladies and gentlemen. I do want to keep doing giveaways. Thank you, Rooster. And Rooster is a new subscriber that I didn't shout out. So thank you for joining the community, Rooster. I was telling you, Rooster, here that my daddy used to own a lot of chickens, and he had a couple of roosters. And my daddy's passed on a few years ago. And every time that I see a rooster, it reminds me of my dad. So I'm definitely going to get at least a couple of roosters here when I get my chicken coop up and running. Let's see. Little Miss Alaska Prepper is trying to make me laugh, and I am just keeping my eyes away from her. She's trying to interrupt me. Okay. Oh, Mo Cottage makes a perfect comment here. Doctors have their place, but only if the alternative is certain death. I keep away from them as much as possible, as I am well aware of these figures. Doctors are always wanting regular tests, and I refuse. No point going into surgery for regular testing when there is more chance of dire consequences being involved with doctors. Yep. And she says, I've been telling people for years that doctors and pharmaceutical companies, for years about doctors and pharmaceutical companies, but they have been trained to trust doctors 100% despite the kickbacks they receive for handing out drugs and immunizations. I agree. Can't say I don't agree with that. And Vincent says here that I'll just read his comment. I recall when I was hospitalized for 5 days when I was 15 years of age in that government hospital ward. I saw 15 patients die. 15 patients die. Man, in 5 days he saw 15 patients die. That's terrible. And Tammy Hansen asks, is this the first of your vlogs to be demonetized? And no, it is. I've had like 3 or 4 videos demonetized. What I'm going to do now is, and I noticed too that if my video is demonetized, they leave the commercials on. And what I'm going to start doing now is if I do have a video that's demonetized, I'm going to actually get into the system and manually turn off the commercials. Because I have the system defaulted to automatically turn on commercials for every video I put up. That way, if for some reason I forget to monetize it, that it'll automatically be monetized. But if they demonetize it, they leave the commercials on. You just don't get any revenue from it. So what I'm going to do is if in the future, if I do have a video that's demonetized, I'm just going to go ahead and turn off the monetization for that video and leave you guys a message on a pinned comment letting you know that the video was demonetized. That way, if for some reason the ads get turned back on, that you can just skip through them. Alright, let's go ahead and go to our next one. Alright, and this video is the one where I said if you are a prepper and you think you have enough food, I think it says think twice or something like that. Let me see if it'll tell me if I put this on here. Think again, because winter is coming, and winter is coming, ladies and gentlemen. It may not be December 21st yet, but winter is coming. Okay, and let's take a look. Wow, there's a lot of conversations going on here. That's awesome. I love watching look at this link. I love watching these streams of conversation going on. It means that people are talking with each other and sharing information, or maybe just to joke with each other, but that's a great thing. That's what community is all about. It's when we're talking with each other and conversing with each other, sharing information, and like I said, maybe even a few laughs. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do it right here. Okay, so we were talking about the grand solar minimum here. Salvabrena here says, Zarkova says super grand solar minimum is what we can expect. Worse than originally thought. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Originally we were thinking that we were just going into a regular solar minimum, which is going to last 11.3 years roughly. However, a grand solar minimum is, in case you didn't see this video, okay? A grand solar minimum is where many solar cycles get lower and lower. Okay, so there's going to be less sunspots in every solar cycle we have. There's going to be less and less sunspots. Okay, so a grand solar minimum is going to last anywhere between 350 to 400 years, whereas a regular solar minimum is going to last about 11 and a half roughly years. Okay, now this is, you know, and like I said in this video, this is not to scare you. Humanity will survive. Humanity has survived in the past through grand solar minimums, and we will survive, especially now we have the technology. I don't know why governments aren't putting out this information, all right? Because there are other countries that their governments are actually starting to prepare for this, all right? They're not advertising it, but they're actually preparing for it just by their actions. You can see that they are, all right? So yeah, I don't know what to say why our government is trying to hide this from us. It's not something that you really should want to hide. Alright, Centurion Silver. Been prepping since 2010. Added food since 2016 and have 4 years worth stock. However, if prepping food now, it needs to be long term, so store as much of your 25 plus years. Otherwise, you'll need to start eating right away. I've supplemented all of it with freeze-dried meats, poultry, fruit, veggies, and as well. But those have a max of 10 years shelf life when stored properly. Everyone should have a minimum of 1 year to start, but I would focus on all other preps first, as this grand solar minimum is still a ways off. Yeah, from what I understand, from what Ms. Zarkova was saying, that by the year 2028, we will definitely be seeing major food shortages. So we have a little bit of time. However, ladies and gentlemen, according to Adapt 2030, by the year 2020, we will have food shortages as well. And if you go back to that video that I did about the world food stock, you can see that we've been at somewhat of a deficit for the last couple of years. Ladies and gentlemen, let me get this out of the way because Little Miss Alaska Prepper here is trying to be my producer, and she's telling me to let you all know that, first of all, thank you for joining me today. And if you are enjoying the content, if you're enjoying this video, please give the video a thumbs up. Is that good? Okay. Yeah. All right, there we go. Thank you. Thank you. Actually, that's actually a good thing to do. Ladies and gentlemen, by the way, don't give it 2 thumbs up, because if you give it 2 thumbs up, you're really not giving it a thumbs up. All right. Okay, Chris Servant here has a very good method of surviving. He says, I'll just become a cannibal. I'll have frozen food. I'll have frozen food. Seriously, though, check out the Oppenheimer Ranch project. And he was just kidding, obviously. And yes, Chris, I mentioned Diamond and the Oppenheimer Ranch project here a lot. Hey, check out Dark Age Ramblings. He's just started a YouTube channel on Grand Solar Minimum. Also, for those of you that are new, I also check out Adapt 2030. All right, Dave Dubine. I also check out Christian over at Ice Age Farmer. Okay, and there's also another channel that I check out that I'm subscribed to, and it's called Grand Solar Minimum, and they do a really, really good job there as well. Okay. Jamie T makes a great comment here. It's kind of funny. He said, I'm only going to read the first line. He says, if everyone prepped like we did, there would already be a food shortage. I guess there would be. That's kind of funny. Thanks for that, Jamie. And Maida asked a very good question. She says, question is how much time? I have definitely seen prices going up, and I saw a couple of articles saying that even in Mexico, sugar is low. Maida, the answer to that is I don't know. All I can do is tell you what I see and what I read. Dr. Zarkova says that by 2028 for sure there will be a very big food shortage unless governments act now. Okay, so but what I'm saying is that don't wait for your governments to act. Do your own prepping, right? Let's say, for example, if governments got together and did a massive project where it solved the food shortage crisis that's coming, beautiful, all right? But if you have your preps, you don't have to worry about that, okay? If they do solve the problem, that's a great thing for humanity. But if you have your preps, you don't have to worry about that, okay? All right, Vanrath says, where would you even store this stuff? If you're fed but your neighbors aren't, guess what that means? Well, yeah, so that's why I said community is important, okay? So if you live in a community where there are not like-minded people, then I highly recommend that you find a bug out location. If you can afford a second piece of land or a piece of land somewhere out away from, a crowded city or a crowded, place. If you live in a crowded place, if you can find a small piece of land somewhere where you can maybe even put up a tent, or build a small cabin and have your preps stored in that area, that's great, right? If you live in a community of like-minded people, for example, where I live, there's probably about 21 families. And the good thing about the area where I live is that a lot of people are pretty self-reliant. They may not be self-sufficient. I don't think anyone can really be self-sufficient these days, all right? But self-reliant is good to be self-reliant, or as self-reliant as you can be. All right, so being self-reliant means that you can get for yourself the things that you need, all right? Being self-sufficient means that you can get every single thing that you need. Now, can you make your own gasoline? Can you make your own shoes? Can you make your own every single thing that you can possibly need? Can you make it on your own? That's being self-sufficient. Self-reliant means that you have the things that you need to not have to rely on someone else, no matter where you got it from. Okay, so yeah, so and this is a very Venref, this is a very good comment, because you really have to consider why you're prepping and who's around you. Because if you're not stocked up on the third B of prepping, then really you're not prepping for yourself and your family. You're prepping for whoever can take that stuff away from you. Okay? And like I said in the past, I like to prep more than what I think I'm going to need, because if a neighbor does come by and say, hey, I don't have anything to eat, I'm not going to give them anything, but I will offer them work. All right? If there is a major crisis going off, let's say there is an SHTF, okay? There's going to be plenty of work that you're going to need, that you're going to have to do. Cutting wood, maybe security, watching your avenues of approach, so there's a lot of things that you're going to need. Hauling water, all right? Lots of things that are going to need to get done. People working on your garden. Maybe you can hire some neighbors to work on your garden for a share of what you bring in that year or that season. All right, so it is something to think about. It really is. All right, let's see. Okay, and Brad Cars here says, hi AP, watch you all the time. Dr. Zarkova's data is based on 35 years of data. As a scientist myself, that is nothing. I'm still going to keep prepping anyways. And I asked Brad Cars here, he says he's a scientist. I asked him where he gets this information from. I don't think that Dr. Zarkova's data is based on 35 years of data, because the presentation that I seen her do had data going back thousands of years. So, but I'm not a scientist, okay? I'm just using my common sense, using my eyes and my ears to allow me to make a decision as to what it is that's coming. Okay, but either way, Brad here says, I am still going to keep prepping anyways. Absolutely keep prepping. You know, it's like I've said before. Let's say that this global warming stuff is a hoax, right? And it's global cooling that's coming, right? Are we still going to need food? Are we still going to need water? Are we going to still need self-defense? Are we still going to need medicine? Yes, we are. Let's say that global warming is not a hoax. And, you know, we have disasters coming our way because of global warming. Are we still going to need food? Are we still going to need first aid things, medical stuff? Are we still going to need self-defense? Yes. So there's no reason why not to prep. John D has a great suggestion for prepping. He says that he stores his calories in fat. Hey, whatever works, John. Whatever, if that works, that's awesome. And Keith S. here makes a great comment. He says that we need to be getting our ground ready for next year's greenhouses and next year's garden. So yeah, if you're an experienced gardener, you know that you usually get your ground ready for the next year before winter starts. And I haven't started my garden yet, but I definitely am really hoping that I can get it started this coming year. I'm not sure if I will, because I still have a full schedule of things that I need to do, but I'm going to try my best to do it. Eddie here says that a very important prep to have would be rat traps, mice and rat traps, and that's, you know, I can't disagree with that. Worst case scenario, you can eat them. And I'm not even trying to be funny. I mean, there's cultures out there that actually eat mice and eat rats, you know, and they get protein from it. Okay, let's see if we can get to our next video. Wow, look at this. See, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I mean. Hey, take a look at this for you new subscribers. You see? This is what I mean. There's a lot of people here talking with each other and sharing information with each other. All right, that's what this is about. Same here. Look at this. Jay Tully says, this is frightening. Do you think our government will ever stop their game playing and bickering long enough to educate the public? Or are they afraid we'll panic and clear the shelves within 24 hours? I think that's probably one of the things, Tilly. I also think that, and I'm putting on my tinfoil hat now, I also think that once the crisis occurs, that the government is going to rely on people not being prepared so that they can ask the same government that failed to warn them about what was coming for help. Okay? So they're going to use this to their advantage in order to stay in control and stay in power over the people. And that's just how I feel. But that's what governments are. Any of you that think otherwise, just think, what does government do? Government is nothing but force. The only way that government governs over people, the only way that they can govern over you is by force. If government passes a law that you disagree with and you don't obey that law, eventually they will use force to either make you obey that law, or they will use force on you to put you in a little cage in the land of the free. Yeah, and Valerie Robles also here makes a good point. Same thing as what Jay Tully was saying. Very difficult to save up enough food for that length of time. Governments are probably hiding this because they don't want people to panic. And that could be. It could be, but that's where seeds come in, right? That's where you want to make sure you have plenty of seeds. One of my main goals as a prep is to have chickens so that I can get protein. Also, I want to have some pigs and goats so that I can breed them if I need to and make more protein out of the rubbish and or greens that grow in my land abundantly. Okay, they can eat those greens, turn those greens into protein, and then I can eat the animals. My family can eat the animals. Okay. Oh, and here's another channel that you guys may want to go check out. Only in My Dreams. Actually, Only in My Dreams. Hello, Only in My Dreams. Actually, Only in My Dreams has been subscribed for a while here, and she's got her own channel now. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. And I feel bad that I haven't shouted out Only in My Dreams before, because she has an actually good channel. If you guys like dollar store shopping, go check her channel out, because in her channel, Only in My Dreams does a lot of hauls from I think it's the Dollar Tree. I'm not sure exactly which one, but she does a lot of dollar store hauls, and she shows you guys what she gets and gives you guys good ideas on what you should be getting. And she does a whole bunch of other stuff in there as well. Okay, so go check her channel out. Eddie actually makes a pretty good comment here. And Eddie says, yep, if you don't know how to live poor now, you will need to learn how before it all arrives. And that's one thing that I've always thought, that if there ever comes a very serious crisis, like a systemic collapse of the economy or food shortages like are going to happen, people that are living poor now, they already know how to stretch the dollars. They already know how to do things that can help them stretch their food. All right, so they're probably not going to do terrible. All right, the people that are really going to do the worst are the people, like, let's say, for example, there was an economic collapse. The people that are going to get hurt the worst are the people that have a lot of fiat wealth that are not in the know. All right, so these people that are sitting with a 401k that's worth $10 million, but they don't have any gold or silver put away. These are the people, or they don't have any food put away, etc., etc. These are the people that are going to get hurt the worst. If you're already living, within your means, but living a low-scale lifestyle, you're probably going to do a lot better than people that have a lot that are not in the know. Okay, so that's a good point. Let's go to our next one, ladies and gentlemen. I know this is probably running a little long, but I really want to get through at least some of these comments, because I think we get a lot out of them. As a community, I think we get a lot out of the comments that other people leave, because more than likely everyone doesn't stay on here and read everyone else's comments. So I'm just going to go down to here. Let's see. Okay, and this is just from a couple days ago. Okay, this must be the same day as the earthquake. Okay, I said, yeah, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I was pretty amazed at how many people came out and commented asking if everything was okay, and I thank you very much for that. Oh, Buzz says the idea of prepping around here, meaning where he lives, is buying a new, bigger Ford or Dodge truck with huge tires and a louder exhaust. I can't afford to tell them I got stuff. Yeah. I guess Buzz is making a point that he really can't be telling people that he's a prepper where he lives, because they are definitely still in that normalcy bias cloud, I guess. And he makes another point here. He says, Alaska is part of the Ring of Fire that goes around the Pacific. And yes, that is true. The Ring of Fire, if you guys don't know, I believe it's like a fault line that goes all the way around the Pacific, all the way through the West Coast up to Canada, all the way back to Japan and that side, and makes kind of like a ring around the Pacific. And the only good thing that I think I've got going to where I'm located is that we are pretty inland. And where I live, I don't live in Fairbanks. I live north of Fairbanks. A lot of times I say Fairbanks because it's like the nearest really big city to where I live. But I live a few miles north of Fairbanks, and that's considered up in the hills to where the altitude is a little higher than down in town. So it's a little bit of a better location, I think, than living in town. I would never want to live in town. It's way too crowded. And I'm not very good around crowds. So I think that where we live is a really good spot. I think that if anything ever were to happen, that people would be headed south and would not be trying to concentrate on finding our location. The only thing I would have to worry about is the other families that live in this area. But like I said, a lot of the people in this area are pretty like-minded and pretty much are self-reliant as much as they can be. And thanks again, everyone, for asking about the earthquake thing. So, oh, you might hear a little noise. Miss Alaska Prepper just walked in. But we're almost done here, so. Let's see. You guys are awesome.
I have a question.
Let's see. Okay, so let's see. Barbara says, I was very worried about having no community in the area of my house, just outside the city limits of a small town. I talked a bit to my younger brother, and he surprised me by saying that he needs to come and get me to his house out in the country, that I could not make it out in my house. Wow, that's good. If everyone shows up, we will have over 30 just in our extended family. Plus the church farm will add to that number. I am now storing most of my preps at his place. That is awesome. Yeah, I remember this comment now. So Barbara here was surprised that her brother told her that she needs to start prepping in his house, and that if anything ever happens, he will come and get her and bring her to his house, where they're going to have it looks like a very good amount of people there. And that is a perfect number, 30. That is great. That's good news. And that's what I've always said, ladies and gentlemen. If you live by yourself, if you live in a crowded area, then just see if you have family or friends that live outside of your area in a more non-populated area. So, and make sure that you have a plan on how to get out there if something were to happen, okay? You want to get out there at least within the first 2 to 3 days at the latest of any crisis occurring, okay? And here, my Maria, and I think this is important here to go ahead and read this quote. My Maria says, I regret not serving in the military for my country. And I'm just going to read to you what I replied to her, because I think that everyone should understand what I told her. Okay, and I said, Maria, we all take different paths in life. That doesn't mean that one path is more virtuous than the other. Have no regrets, because the Lord put you on your path for a reason. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, don't ever have any regrets. All right, everyone has ups and downs in their lives. Everyone has good times and bad times. Don't have regrets, because the path that you're taking is the path that you were intended to take. All right, for whatever reason you ended up where you are, that was the path you were intended to take. Okay, so all you can do is if you're not happy for some reason with where you are in life, look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, what is it that I need to do in order to get where I want to get? All right, so thank you very much, Maria. I think you're a great community member, and very happy to have you here. Jamie T says, I have quite a few that say they are coming here, but very few who are bringing supplies with them. could get a little sticky. Yeah, that's a hard situation. That is a pretty hard situation. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not sure if there's an easy fix to that one. Okay. A lot of you are asking if we were okay due to the earthquake. Thank you again. I can't say thanks enough for that.
Just a minute.
All right. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and round this up here. I think this is going to be our last one. I'm going to go ahead and skip through the video that I made. And also, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and take this video down. The video that I made, it was like 2 minutes long about the earthquake. I'm going to go ahead and take that video down because it is over, and I don't want people to think that I'm trying to capitalize off of that title of the earthquake. So I'm going to go ahead and take this video down. So it's been up there for a few days, and like I said, I wasn't making this video to try to capitalize from this earthquake. I've been getting a lot of comments from people coming in asking if everything was okay, and I wanted to put up a real quick couple of minute video to give you guys an update of what I knew. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take that down here probably by tomorrow. Let's see. So here's our last video, and it was our payday prep. And I think this was probably the most basic payday prep that I've done, but the best as far as how much I ended up paying per calorie. So if you guys remember in this payday prep that I did this last weekend or yesterday, I ended up only paying 4/10,000ths of a penny per calorie. I think that's a great deal. Let's see. And NH here, Nomadic Hunter says, since we depend so much on supplies coming from Anchorage, people in Fairbanks and the interior will be hurting for groceries. And that's true. That may be true here in a few days up in Fairbanks, because obviously everything we consume here comes in from the outside. So stores may be running empty shelves here in the next few days. So, but guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I'm not very worried about that. I've got all my tanks topped off. I've got my surplus fuel, on my property. So we probably have enough fuel without having to go to a gas station for the next 3 weeks or so. All right, so we should be okay. Let's see. Desi here is saying that she's thinking that maybe I should make some of those rice dishes. I probably will. And let me tell you why it is that I don't really do too much cooking videos. It's because I'm actually technologically I'm not very good as far as doing edits and stuff like that. And my computer and my phone that I use for these videos, they're just not the best. And I really don't have the aptitude to be very technologically savvy, I would say. And I really don't want you guys to be sitting there watching a pot simmer for 35 minutes. Maybe one of these days, if I have a couple of articles that are very interesting and then we can have a chat about, maybe I will do a video on how I make my Dominican rice. And while it's cooking, I can chat with you guys on a couple different subject matters, and maybe we can make it work that way, okay? Or maybe I can do a couple of parts to the same cooking video. Hoodal says, good payday prep, AP. Did you think Costco prices were good for your area? And where's the 100 pounds of adobo? I'm not going to tell you guys where I got my 100 pounds of adobo. I will never say that, Hoot. But anyways, to the other question, is the prices at Costco's good for this area? Yeah, I think the prices are very competitive. There are some things that maybe are a little bit more, but what I really like about Costco's is that the quality of their things is very high. They have very high quality goods. And I really like that. I don't mind paying a little extra for something, as long as it's high quality. But one thing about Costco's is they have very high quality items, in my opinion. And Harry's Socks here says that I was feeling crabby because I was having crab and sugar withdrawals. That's probably very true. And this is why I was telling you guys about how I did the 3 days of fasting, and how the first and a half day or so I didn't really want to have too much to do with anyone. And that's very, very true. And now, ladies and gentlemen, when I try to eat something that's sugary, after going about a week or so of doing this, I'm really not craving any sweets at all. I don't crave any sweets at all. And my food consumption has definitely gone down. I feel that I have a lot more energy, and I don't feel like I want to eat all the time. So eating less has made me feel like I want to eat less. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but like, I'm not thinking about food all the time. Those first 2 or 3 days were obviously the toughest, but having gotten through those, I think that this is probably a doable thing of doing the intermittent fasting. I will say that on the weekends, all right, I have my coffee with milk and sugar, because I love coffee with milk and sugar, all right? And I don't drink it during the week like that. I just have coffee with a little bit of milk, no sugar, all right? But on the weekends, I do have my coffee with milk and sugar. And during the day, if I want to eat something, I'll eat something. But like, for example, today it's Saturday evening. I haven't eaten very much at all. And the one time that I did eat this morning, I think I ate too early. And I didn't feel very good after I ate. Because I guess my body wasn't very used to eating that early after a week of not eating during the day and only eating in the evening. So I think this is going to work out pretty well. I'll keep you all updated. That way I can let you know what my progress is. And yes, someone asked me, did I lose any weight? I don't really like to use the scale. I don't like numbers as far as your weight. I think you should be comfortable with what size you are. If you're comfortable with what size you are, then you shouldn't worry about the weight. If you're not comfortable with the size that you are, then you should do something to become comfortable. But as far as having a number to dictate to you whether you're comfortable or not, I don't believe in that. So I haven't really weighed myself. I have a doctor's appointment in about another week and a half or so. I'll probably get weighed there. We'll see what happens there. And I'll let you guys know. As a matter of fact, I'll let you guys know. Because I had a doctor's appointment about 2 weeks ago, and I got weighed then, and I'll let you guys know if I've lost any weight for my next doctor's appointment. I'm not going to do anything crazy. I'm just going to do the same thing that I've been doing, and I'm not going to starve myself. I think that this intermittent fasting, I actually think it's a good thing. I think it's working out well. We'll see. Okay, here's a good question. Relax at Sage Spa. Hey AP, do you immediately repack these items into mason jars or mylar bags? Or keep them to the expiration date and repack? Relax. So I commented here. I replied to relax. But when I do my payday preps, I'm doing those payday preps for long-term food storage. So when I get payday preps, I don't get them with the mentality that I'm going to rotate them. If I do, I tell you guys that they're going to be going into my working pantry. But things like rice and grains and sugar and salt, when I get those, I leave them in my truck. During the winter time, I just leave them in my truck for 2 or 3 days because it's below freezing all the time. And then I bring them in. I let them sit on my living room floor for a couple of days so that they can come to room temperature. Then I pack them in Mylar bags and I put them away. Okay, I put them away till the day that I need to use them. All right. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I was going to say the payday prep that you saw me do on Friday, I've actually brought it in to the house after leaving it in my vehicle for like 3 days, and I'm going to get ready to pack those preps tomorrow on Sunday. Oh, Southern Ark Homestead. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't taken a look at Southern Ark Homestead's YouTube channel, go ahead and take a look. She has her own YouTube channel. She has a very nice following, and she does good videos. The last video of hers that I saw was she was teaching us how to make cranberry and jalapeno jam, which is really good. I've had strawberry jalapeno jam that I've made myself in the past, and if you guys think that jalapeno and strawberries or cranberries don't go together, think again. It is really, really good. All right, so Southern Ark Homestead says, this was an awesome video, AP. You went over some excellent information. I'm going to catch you live one day. All right, hey, Southern Ark, hopefully you're here today with us. All right, so carrying on. Hello, Rebecca. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to lose my voice, so I think I'm going to be done for now. Like I said, I had already done half of this video earlier, and my internet shut down on me. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that. Again, congratulations to all of the winners. Please send me your information. And as soon as you send me your information, I will go ahead and order those items and have them sent over to you. Okay? So having said that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again to all the subscribers that joined our community this week. We are very happy to have you. Okay? Let me go ahead and do a little bit of begging real quick. As you guys can see up here, if you guys are stacking silver or precious metals and you would like to support the channel, if you use this link right here, the SD Bullion Precious Metals link, which is always in the description of my videos, and every once in a while I'll pin it on a comment on a video. All right, please use this. It'll help to support the channel. And in addition, if you're doing your shopping, any kind of shopping, whether it's Christmas shopping or regular shopping at Amazon, if you could please use my Amazon store link, that also helps to support the channel so that I can continue to do giveaways. And I love doing giveaways because I think that it helps people to wake up to prepping if they're not prepping. And if you are prepping, it gives you a little bit of encouragement to continue to prep. All right, and it is my way of saying thank you as well for supporting the channel. So thank you everyone again for joining me today. I hope that you are having a good weekend. All right, having said that, remember to be good to each other. When good people do good things happen. Remember to reach one, teach one, and repeat. If we all did this, the world would be a better place, and you know that it will be a better place. Many blessings to all of you and your families. God bless you all. This is Alaska Prepper, and I'm out.